3, 2, 1. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Rena here. Thank you so much for coming back and being a part of my family. This video, we're going to get right into it. We're talking about my weight loss surgery. I had the Sadi-S procedure on December 13th. And I'm exactly 1 month out from that surgery. I'm 1 month out from surgery, and I just want to give you guys some of my updates. So let's get right into it. Let's go stats. So right now I am at 351 pounds. That is a 60-pound weight loss from my highest weight of 411 and a 26-pound weight loss from my surgery weight of 377. I'm very happy with how far I've come as far as my weight. I have this mental thing where I feel like this is just as far as I'm gonna go, even though I'm literally right at the beginning of it. I'm just 1 month out, but something in my brain feels like this is it. Maybe it's the fact that I haven't gotten this far in my own efforts in my weight loss. I told you guys in my video about the SADI-Procedure that I average out around, for majority of my adult life, at around 370. That was just my happy spot. That was my sweet spot. That's just where I was. That was just where I felt normal. And I know that that's a big weight to feel normal at, but hey, the way that I was built, it just wasn't that big of an issue for me. But I'm going to tell you a quick story. So back before I was 370 pounds, I was around 360. And I was working a very stressful job, and I decided that I was going to go to my doctor, my primary care physician, to get a referral for mental health support. So I went to the appointment just to get support for my mental health and to be referred to a therapist. And I don't know if she had a bad day. I remember this lady so very well. I remember that like yesterday. I remember her face, her attitude, her demeanor. Don't remember her name, which is probably a good thing because I would have complained, period. But I remember that day the doctor came in and she was so rude. I had already been, putting forth some effort at losing weight. So I was down to like 365. So I lost 5 pounds. Apparently when they did my blood pressure was a little high. So she came in and was just pissed about it. I was like, girl, this is my blood pressure. She was like, you're too young to have these issues. And in hindsight, yes, I was way too young to be having blood pressure issues. And yes, weight loss could have benefited me. But the way she said it, it was just like she was on a rampage, and she made me feel this big, or rather this big, because the issue was my weight. And she made me feel so stupid because she was like,
you can't just lose 10 pounds. You can't just get down to 350. Come on, that would make such a difference. You would lose out on having to do pills.
and mind you, everything she was saying was correct, but it was the way she was saying it was just so belittling. So I've always had this mental vendetta in my mind to try to get down to 350. And before I could get there, I would either self-sabotage or just give up and just say, you know what, I can't get there. The lowest I've gotten my own hands before surgery was like 367. So getting here with the tool of the SADI-Procedure down to 351 is a huge accomplishment. I feel so good about that. I feel like to that doctor, even though she was telling me the right thing. How dare you tell me the right thing in the wrong way with your mean attitude self? My blood pressure is better though, so you was right. But still, you was mean. But yeah, I still have like a complex about that. But now the weight loss is better. My mindset needs to be better. I shouldn't have gave her that much power in the first place. But if you're a plus size woman, then you are a plus size man. You've had your share of experiences with doctors and their vendetta against weight loss. Quick tangent. That's why I'm really intentional as a black woman about making sure that my children have black doctors. I know that this doesn't have anything to do with my weight loss journey, but just in speaking about weight and the weight loss complex, black people, we are built differently. And I don't want to buy into that whole idea of, oh, I'm big boned. No, but we are built differently. We do naturally have hips. We do naturally have butts. We do naturally have voluptuous. We're naturally voluptuous. Not all, but a big percentage of us are. And my daughter and my son is older than me, but my kids, I don't want my kids to have complexes based on this scale that doesn't really include black children. This scale isn't really taking or considering African American children, it's usually white American children. And we know that for a fact that there is bias when it comes to African Americans and healthcare. So I'm just being intentional about making sure that my children are not having weight loss complexes when they don't need to. Now, if they do need to lose weight, yes, the doctor still said that. But switching doctors has made all the difference. All the difference. Weight loss was the main thing that they would tell my daughter. My daughter's slim. She just has a shape. And ever since I switched them to a different doctor, it literally doesn't even come up. And that's my little 5 cents. Let me get off my little soapbox. Anyways, let's move on to the rest of this. I've had my first flight since surgery, and I've seen everybody in the support groups having their like non-scale victories of no longer needing the extension, and I'm not there yet. I still did need the extension, but the flight was a lot more comfortable and it was way more bearable. I didn't feel so caged in or stuck. But yeah, so the flight went well. I ended up flying out to Dallas to see my mom, and honestly, as much as I would love to say I had a phenomenal time, I had a good time, but I just was not feeling well. I was laid out on that couch. I was at my mama's house acting like them kids wasn't my kids. They was her kids. Go with your grandma. Go with your bunny. You hungry? Go with her, baby. And I'm just going to lay here because I really genuinely didn't feel good. And I figured out that before surgery, I already had premenstrual dysmorphic disorder. So I would have depression. I would have extreme fatigue. I would be freezing. It was a bad time before surgery. So when I was at my mother's house in Dallas, I was PMSing, and that is why I didn't have a good time. That was my first menstrual cycle since surgery, and the PMS was not a good experience. I was so cold. I literally had to go get in the shower to get my body temperature up because I was freezing. I had to get in the shower, and then as soon as I got out of the shower, I had to like bundle up because I couldn't regulate my own body temperature. I was so lethargic. I was just extremely fatigued. I did not feel good. I was out of it. Yeah, somehow, some way, I guess moms just do that. You just feel a little bit better just being around your mom. So it wasn't a horrible time, but I just was not feeling good. While I was in Dallas, I transitioned to soft foods, and boy, was I happy I did it. I was happy I did it because we went to IKEA, and the IKEA they have there has the IKEA, cafe, and let me find out that IKEA got bariatric friendly food because I'm on soft foods now. So look. Bow. I already started on the salmon and it's really good. The mashed potatoes are and then broccoli. Yay! I don't know what IKEA does to their salmon. But I need it every time. I had their salmon with their broccoli and some mashed potatoes. The potatoes were weird. They tasted, I don't know. But that was some of the best salmon I've had in my life. And it was so good. And it was right on time. And it was just what I needed to make me feel like a normal human being. Like I can eat food. And it made me so happy. So transitioning to soft foods, that was an awesome experience. Some other things I ate, I just continued with eggs. I would eat a little bit of chicken sausage in the morning. I was mainly drinking my protein shakes, just trying to get something in me to feel better. And that was about it. Yeah, that was about it for my food transition. So far with my transition to soft foods, I haven't had any dumping syndrome or nausea since I've left the hospital. So that's a good thing. I feel really good about that. I'm having a good experience switching to soft foods. It's opened my mind to being able to eat a lot more, and it feels so much better just having a bigger variety of food to eat. My favorite food is still mashed potatoes. I know I'm not supposed to super love carbs, but I don't know. It feels like the carbs, I get full and I feel like I can do stuff. So yeah, I'm not trying to carb crash, but it's just good. My energy after the whole PMS issue has gotten so much better. Sorry for the crazy lighting. I'm trying to like adjust myself, but we're just gonna push through it. My energy has gotten better. I have been able to run a bunch of errands. In one day I did the mall and the beach with my daughter. So now what you gonna say now? Energy, I be doing it. And it felt so good to just be able to get out the house. It made me feel more normal. It made my kids feel good. I feel like my kids were starting to get like not Stockholm syndrome, but they were starting to really just feel cabin fever. My kids were getting cabin fever. They were feeling shut in. I recognized that they were getting sad. So we just needed to get out and do something and feel like a family and feel normal. So doing that was an amazing time. We had such a good time, such a good day. It was a beautiful day outside. And I actually filmed this video there at the beach, but I didn't think about the wind, and the wind interrupted everything I was trying to say. So I'm re-recording it now. That has been my experience. As far as my mental health, I've been doing pretty okay. I had a wee bit of depression, but that's kind of normal with my premenstrual disorder. The only other thing that I have to tell you guys is that I know that when we're going through the process of hearing everything about weight loss surgery, sometimes it can go in one ear and out the other, especially since we're online, but that information is so important. Especially being on the other side of the surgery, I recognize how much that information is true. I know they're not just saying it just to make it up, so of course it was true. But for example, when I don't sleep well, I wake up wanting all the things. I want hash browns. I want chicken nuggets. I want chicken strips. I want ranch. Give it to me, find it, get it here now. I want all of the things. And of course the craving passed because I still don't get hungry. My hunger hasn't been like triggered yet, but the cravings hit and they're still there, and I still really want these things, but I gotta wait it out and drink water or drink my protein shake or eat some beans or eat some chicken and eat something that's right for me to fight through the craving. Yeah, when I do that, it doesn't make it any easier because I still want it, but it still feels good that I'm making the right choice. Now, my fear for myself in this surgery is once I don't have the restriction of, you know, what my stomach can tolerate, I just don't want to fall back into old habits. But I do want this to be a lifestyle change to where I'm able to have some of the things I want in small portions, but very like limited. I'm not gonna believe that I'm just gonna live this life where I never eat another fried item, but I am gonna be responsible about it. So yeah, I look forward to the future. I'm trying to find my light. I look forward to the future and what else that this surgery has to offer. This is just the beginning. It's only up from here. Thank you guys for being here. I love you so much, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.